Yo, what's good, YouTube? Antayami here, back with another deck profile, and this is me coming back from the regionals in Greenville, and I took Purrely, and the reason why I made this change because I was on tier for the longest time. And give me 1 second at BRB. Okay, sorry. I wanted to grab my notes because I took notes on all the decks I played against, so I wanted to go over it and stuff like that, but because I don't want to talk about, I want to say like in detail each rounds, but I want to give you guys kind of like a scope of what decks I played against and things of that nature. And I went against like a different deck every round. It was crazy. Some decks that I feel like shouldn't exist, but they're so interesting and good. So before I crack into the deck profile, let me go over the rounds real quick. Round one, I went against Rika. I won that 2-1. And then in round two, I went against the mirror match. I lost. I lost game 3. I went first in that round, and that's the only time I bricked. I opened double field spell, trap card, regular Purrely, and Ash Blossom, and I normal summoned Purrely and missed, and I had to pass. And yeah, that was rough. In round 3, I went against Salad, 2-0 Salad. I just had everything. My round 4, I went against Flufful Horus. I 2-0'd him. I nibbed him game 1, and then game 2 I drilled him, and that was pretty much a wrap. In round 5, I went against Makanko. Went to game 3. This is the only game that went into time technically. And he beat over my Fenrir with one of the Makanko monsters, and I just burnt for 24. It was like whatever. Round 6, I went against Unchained, 2-0 Unchained, pretty pog. Also lost the die roll on that one. Yeah, a lot of these matches I lost the die roll. I only won the die roll to Purrely. And so far, I think I only won the die roll to Purrely. So far. But anyway, round 7, I went against Math Mech. I lost the die roll to Math Mech. I got 2-0'd. Now, this round, this guy was really freaking good, and he just had like 2 perfect hands. Open Math Mech Circular in game 2. And game 1, he just sided mining into Circular and full combo me. He was insane. He basically killed me in like 15 minutes. It was so fast. So I had a good little time to like take a break, walk outside, get some fresh air. Round 8, I went against Brandon Chimera. I 2-0'd him. Did I win a dice roll on that one? I did not win a dice roll on that one. And then I went against my round 9 opponent was Soterion, like pure. And I 2-1. Lost the die roll. So I think all tournament, honestly, I think I only won the die roll once. Now thinking about it. I want to say maybe twice. Let me see. One more time. I just want to double check. Round 1, I lost it. Round 2, I won it. Round 3, I lost it. Round 4, I lost it. Round 5. Actually, I think round 5 versus Makanko's I won. So, versus Makanko, I won the die roll. So, I won the die roll twice. So, but it's versus Makanko. So, he was probably like chilling. So, it's like, whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna hop into the deck profile. It's pretty standard. There's like some like choices I made that are like maybe slightly different than most pure variants, but yeah, I piled Purrely. I didn't want to play any decks that had like a ton of bricks, and I was on tier for a very long time, and there was just some games with tier where it just looks like it's a very ugly deck in bricks. But when it doesn't break and it like pops off, it's like one of the most broken decks in the format. So it's such an unbalanced deck. It's weird. Like there's games where it just looks like it's the best deck in the world, and then there's like games where it just like it loses to like one hand trap, and it's like, why am I playing this deck, right? So, tier is in a weird spot in my personal opinion. I still think it's a tier 1 deck, but I wanted to play something that didn't have like a ton of breaks, like Unchain or Rescue Ace. So I stuck with Purrely's, and I feel like my technical play with Purrely's could be a little bit better, but you know, I think I did pretty well at the regionals. I went X3. I had a really bad spiral in the middle of my matches where I had like a loss, and I felt like I probably could have done things a little bit better. But playing with this deck at a like high level and playing it perfectly is very, very hard, especially when you get drolled and playing through certain hand traps and stuff like that. So like it's tough. And of course the RNG with the Purrely's, because this cat was like 50-50 today or yesterday. Like it hit. I feel like it missed more than it hit, but I'm pretty sure I know it definitely hit. It just felt like I just missed a lot with this card this time, but it is what it is. All right, so standard, triple Purrely, triple Purrely. I feel like that's standard. I side this out a lot going second, not all the time, but most of the time I side out going second. I just found it like one of the engine cards you can actually side out if you want to like have more hand traps and stuff like that. Of course, you play one Delicious. Of course, you play all the memories at 3, so you have your 80 teleports, like the Heart and Souls of the deck. Have to max out on those, or your deck will flop. And then, of course, you play your 3 My Friend Purrely's, and then you play 3 of the fill spells. The fill spell is insane. The saved me so many games going second. It's insane. It played through like Fenrir's, SP Little Knight, Imperm like Valors. Like it played through all of it. So really good. Of course, the one trap, very, very searchable, very fun, very good. Next, going into the non-engine stuff, I played the 3 Ash Blossoms, the 3 Nibs, the 3 Valors, and the 3 Imperms. So I was gonna like actually debate playing Droll in a slot instead of Valor. I do like the Valor, and the Valor definitely came in clutch, especially in, I know, round 9 it came in clutch. I drew double Valor, and it was, like, insane. There was a couple rounds where it was, like, really, really, really strong. But I feel like every game I played, and of course it's in my side deck, I sided in Droll, like, every single game. Like, every single game outside of... There was one deck I didn't side Droll versus... I guess it was, like, Unchained or something. But, like, it almost felt like it should have been in the main deck, and it would have been a little bit more impactful into a lot of things. But I don't know. I feel like knowing what you're playing against and scoping how your opponent plays, Droll can have a bigger impact into, like, the field and stuff like that. Like, there's been people that special summon Fenrir, and they have, like, positive, like, prosperities in their decks, and then they still have to, like, normally search. So, like, if you hit them with the Fenrir plus the pot of prosperity, like, Droll is insane. And I have caught my opponents multiple times. Like, they'll special summon Fenrir, activate, like, pot of prosperity. I would, like, Droll them, and then, like, the other, like, I guess starters won't start. So they're passing on Fenrir, and then, like, of course, it's Purrely, so, like, you can, like, make a Noir, and it's, like, you can deal with their follow-ups and stuff. So, I don't know. I feel like it probably shouldn't be in the main. I feel like it was probably better off in a side deck, but sometimes I was like, yo, if this was a Droll, you know. So, oh, also, I have normal summon Valor as a level 1 body to make a Zeus. So, that came up once, too, which is really funny. Same thing with Droll. It's the same way. It's a level 1, so it's very funny. Of course, the Nutter Not Engines. I played the Triple Fenrir. Fenrir is insane. Crack. Probably the most play card I saw at the tournament. Everybody was on it. Even Rika was crazy. Unchained was on it, which I don't know if that's correct or not, but it was there. And then the 2 talents over the 2 Pot of Prosperities. The reason why I made this change is because, one, I didn't want to play into Droll super hard. The same thing I mentioned with the Fenrir plus Pot of Prosperity. If you get Drolled in that situation, it's like rough. And I want to be more reactive. So if I do get a hand trap, I can like peek their hand. If I still can make like a Noir, draw 4, draw 2 combo, whatever. I wanted to peek their hand and like rip whatever they were like, starting with and pop off. But also going second, taking people's monsters and then making a Zeus with it or making a Sky Crisis was really, really strong too. So I really did like the talents. The talents literally won me so many different games. Like, it actually helped me crack the Rika board going first. Like, it was insane. I played through the full Rika board with the, trap card, the Bengal Lancer, the Regulus, the what's her face in the grave that negates, I forget her name, but the one that negates, and the XYZ that ranks 7 that like has like a spell and a monster negate on it, and Valor Nib in hand. So like it broke that like board. Now he killed me on the follow up because I didn't win that game, but the fact that I cracked that board was like insane. So like Purrely is it's scary. So moving on to the extra deck, I played the double Noir. I feel like that's pretty standard. I played the one baby Noir, the one plump. Since I wasn't playing Pot of Prosperity, I only played one Happy. The second Happy never came up, and if I needed a second one, I can shuffle it back with the trap. But that never came up. The two Beauties, Beauty came up in pairs multiple times. Would never play one of this card. Like, sometimes it's almost like you want to play 3, but obviously extra deck space and stuff. But this card is like really, really, really good. Going into like the non-Purrely cards, you got the Blue Robin. Like, this card was really, really good. I only made this card if I had the Fill Spell and My Friend Purrely, because if you get Nib making this card, because normally this card is like the 5th summon most of the time, if you get Nibbed, then your follow-up is like really, really, really bad, and your inboard is like way worse. But when you have both Fill Spell and My Friend Purrely, I play into the Nib, and I literally make a better inboard. It's really insane. Usually I end on like a Noir with like crazy, crazy follow-up. I played the Nightingale. I never summoned this card. It could have technically came up, but I made this instead because it didn't really matter. But because it just had more attack power. But yeah, like never dropped this card. And it was just in case if I had to like normal summon Valor with a Purrely and just make a Zeus, and it was safe to make a Zeus. But yeah, I think it's good. I just never summoned it. Sky Crisis, summoned this card like plenty of times. I made this really weird, like cool combo where I broke the board because I gave my opponent a Lava Golem, and then I bounced back the Lava Golem back into my hand, and then like it was pretty good. And I had a Lava Golem for like next turn because he was pretty much like not going to kill me, but I could have used Lava Golem to kind of like out their board, and I had like ton of follow up in my hand, so it was really, really strong. Of course, the one Zeus, the one Downerd, and going for the links. The Anima card was crazy. A lot of people didn't respect zones. The Dark Charmer, which I think I only summoned Dark Charmer like legit once, but the time I did summon it was good. And the SP Little Knight, which I summoned this card a ton. Card is crazy. That's it for the extra deck. Then moving into the side deck, pretty much the kind of like the board breakers. I played the Lightning Storm and the Harpy's Feather Duster. This is mostly for like the Rescue Ace matchup and other matchups where breaking boards was like a thing. I mean, I sided this in versus Salad because, you know, it's Salad. But, like, I think I didn't really side these cards in too much because of the matchups, you know? So, yeah, that's there. Again, going for, like, more heavy combo decks, I played a triple Lava Golem. You don't really need your normal summon as hard going second with Purrely's. So, like, Lava Golems is a really good card to kind of, like, just out their board. If the deck doesn't really have follow-up, especially like decks like Mananium and stuff like that, like dropping a Lava Golem on their boards for the problematic like cards, and then like kind of like, you know, pushing through the board with using a quick play spell, you know, quick play Purrely card, and like using Fenrir to kind of like crack the board and make sure you survive the next turn. Your follow up for next turn after that, it's pretty much like a wrap. So like, yeah, Lava Golem was insane. You put it in the Anima Zone and you could take it. I bounced it again, like I said, with the Sky Crisis. Like, this card was insane. I really enjoyed it. What another card was going to be in the slot was Dark Ruler No More, and I just wanted to, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Lava Golem just felt like the fact it was a body, and it can just deal with like removing monsters, which is like more beneficial. And you can put like a monster in a defense or an attack mode if, depending on your line with like your happiness or whatever, like you put Lava Golem in defense mode and then it's like beat into it for 500 and like plus make a new ore, whatever. Or you put it in attack mode to crash and then you can get all your materials back. Really good card. I liked it. I think Lava Golem, if I were to play this deck again, will be in a side deck again. Triple Draw and Lockbird. Literally one of the side card in every single game. Really, really good. And then I played the Bestials. Bestials also played a really good role. I played against, Branded Chimera. Really good in that matchup. I don't really like sliding these cards versus Purrely. Because banishing Purrely monsters from the graveyard doesn't really do anything. And again, it was for like Unchained. I sided against Unchained. Didn't draw it versus them, but I didn't need to draw it versus them. And it was just strong. And then, of course, it's good for tier 2. So, like, didn't play any tiers. So, next, the triple summon limit card. This card, whenever I drew this going first, like, it was just broken. Like, I won every single game I drew this card. Like, floodgates or just floodgates. Nothing need to be said. Just floodgates. Alright, well, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I went X3, and hopefully I can figure out how to get my invite, because I feel like I get so close to, like, getting it, but I feel like I make, like, little small errors in some of my games where I feel like it's probably winnable, but, yeah, I'm going to work on that. So I'm going to probably get really, 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 really good with this deck and learn, like, every little line and interaction and how to play around hand traps and just kind of like just get deeper with it, because I've been on a ton of decks. Like I was on tier, lab, like sprites and stuff like that. Like I need to just focus on a deck and just get really, really, really like engraved in it. Like I'm really engraved with tier, but it's just sometimes the deck can come up and be breaky in a tournament, and you really need like that one dub, and it just can like fail you sometimes. So. But yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.